By now, you've probably heard too much Sam Bankman-Fried FTX news. So I'm going to apologize because there's a banger to drop. If you hate it, swipe away. But this is juicy. SBF was trying to explain himself to this journalist, Kelsey Piper, in some DMs last night. Contents of the DMs were fully revealed, and we're going to show them to you here. But this guy's under investigation by the SEC and the DOJ simultaneously, and it's surprising he's still willing to talk to a journalist. The journalist was asking about regulations, and he said, there's no one really out there making sure good things happen and bad things don't. F regulators, they don't protect customers at all. Seems like consumer protection would be good, and he says, yeah, would be good, but regulators can't do it. Lays in hard, they can't distinguish between good and bad. Doubt that the rest of finance is also similarly messed up, and the FDA is messed up, and the crackdown in big tech has no goal or philosophy. OFAC is undermining US interests. So if you have to do sketchy stuff along the way, everyone else is doing it, there's plenty of them are worse, and as long as you win, you can decide what good is. He says, well, there's some truth to it, but I didn't want to do sketchy stuff because there's huge negative effects. I didn't mean to. I think this is the crux of it. Each individual decision seemed fine, but you didn't realize how big their sum was until the end. In a sense, he started life as an arbitrageur, and everything he's done has just been compounding on that. He's never really been a product builder. He's executed his arb at bigger and bigger scale. He addresses his arch nemesis, CZ, who was the Binance CEO who tanked his company. Now he's a hero. Is it because he's virtuous or because he had the bigger balance sheet and so he won? The ethics, the effective altruism, mostly a front. People will like you when you win and hate you if you lose. He goes on to point out the worst quadrant is sketchy and lose. The best is win and something. And clean and lose is bad, but not terrible. This is where it gets down to the brass tacks of what was wrong. You tweeted some stuff like, we never invest your deposits. Factually accurate. Messy accounting, margin exchange, position built up over time. Boy genius couldn't figure out the accounting. So were you lending out customer funds? Of course, it's complicated. Wasn't quite lending them out. It was messier and more organic. Each step was in isolation, rational and reasonable, and then it added all up until it didn't work. B, everybody else was kind of doing the same thing. C, everybody wants to think that they're more clever than the next guy. Can you raise $8 billion in 2 weeks? Doubtful. And like, who wants to put money into this thing? Invest money in FTX so that he can pay out all the creditors, and then what do you have? Exchange with no trust? Seriously, this is some horrible stuff.